shrapnel around the sky, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they wouldn't, none of us on our crew got hit.
What's the difference between anti-aircraft and they threw the shrapnel through the
Well,
anti-aircraft guns?
the shells would go off and throw the shrapnel.
Okay. But none of you got hit with that?
None of us.
It just scared you to look at it?
You didn't have to look. Just listened.
But it didn't hit your plane?
Yeah, it hit our plane.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it didn't hit your plane.
Yeah, it hit our plane. But it had none of us guns in it.
Oh, okay. Now, what about when you had to land in Belgium?
See. Well, we landed on a advanced dive bomber base. You know, there was blacktop.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you get your wooden shoes?
They're down. They was working at this dive bomber base. Well, in fact, it's Nike's base, you know. And that morning, about 60 or 70, come walking down the runway with hoes and rakes and picks in a wheelbarrow, you know. They was gonna work on the airport somewhere. It just sounded like I heard horses.
Hmm.
But everybody had wooden shoes.
Hmm. They had a lot of resistance in Belgium, I know. Was it hard to adjust when you got back?
No.
Just kind of picked up where you left off?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Well, it's, like I said, we landed in Boston, and the Camp Miles Standish up there. We spent 2 days and nights there, and it was full of prisoners of war,
Oh,
mainly Italian.
uh-huh.
And they gives us talking to before we ever went to the mess hall. They did a good job feeding us. But then I went to California, and you might say heaven, with all we had to eat. We have appointments to make the appointments and go do what you want to do then. Didn't take long to go broke out there.
Yeah. What was heavenly about it?
The food, and you just was there and take care of your appointments, and you're in good shape, you know.
What kind of appointments? Doctor's appointments?
Yeah, they give us an okay and then reassigned us to Enid, Oklahoma, or us,
Yeah.
me and, well, I guess I took about a dozen out there. Had this Indian boy in that bunch, where he'd been, in the South Pacific somewhere. Anyway, this Indian boy, one of them little fat Indians, like something in the east side of Oklahoma. We just called him Chief, and we'd been there about 2 weeks. And went to mess hall, and here come the prisoners with the MPs guarding, you know, to eat. And I got there was Chief with the prisoners. Anyway, I got permission from the guard to go talk to them. said, Chief, what in the hell are you doing with this bunch of prisoners? He just kind of giggled. Said, well, I wanted to go home, but they wouldn't let me go home. So I went home, and they come and got me. He was reeling, you know, he knew.
He was done, wasn't he?
Huh?
He was done with it.
Well, he wanted to go home, and they wouldn't let him go home.
Yeah.
So he just went home.
Mm-hmm.
And they come and got him. I guess they knew where to look.
I imagine they went straight to his home. That's where I'd go look.
I think he might have been settled in 30 days, so.
Yeah, not too long. And you worked in the post office there.
Yeah,
Was that Tinker Air Base?
no.
No?
What did they say the name of the town was?
Enid.
Enid Air Base Post Office.
Mm-hmm. How'd you like that job?
I liked it. They wouldn't ask me to do anything.
Yeah.
Well, that first after 3 weeks, I was a staff sergeant.
Yeah.
And the two guys that run it for almost 3 years, they were buck sergeants. Man, they had a funny look on their face when I showed up the window and told them that I was coming to work at the post office. I had them outranked. Well, that didn't matter anything to me or more money. It mattered something to them. And the major that was over the post office and several other things, you know. Hell, I mean, they just snapped him up and sent him overseas. The guys that hadn't been overseas went overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And them two black sergeants went overseas. Because they kept sending ex-gunners in there. That's where Lloyd Thomas showed up, you know.
Yeah.
After getting his mail, I said, Lloyd, how would you like to work in here? I said, well, go over and tell him. And so he did, and he come to work in there. But we wound up with, half a dozen ex-gunners and stuff. And we had to see, had 2 acts and 2 civilian women in there. But that one whack tried everywhere in the world to get me to take her somewhere. She was Newport News, Virginia.
Yeah.
Called her Breezy. And the other was a Mexican whack from Springer, New Mexico. Cordelia Gonzalez. And anyway, she done work. She worked hard. The Mexican wife did. And I'd just get in and help her. No one asked me to do anything. I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
I had them out right. They wouldn't ask me to do nothing. And but we had piles of county papers like the Lawrence County Record. That tall. It was just continually. So then send them newspapers on to the next base and shipped out, you know. Finally, they appointed the second lieutenant Wack. She was a Cajun from Louisiana. And she was a second lieutenant. Anyway, I had a furlough coming up. I had me really use my time up, but I had one coming up already, knew the day I was leaving. And she come to me, I don't know if I'd take the postmaster job. I said, hell, I won't be here. I said, I'm going out on furlough, and if they won't give me the rest of the furlough, I'll sign up for B-29s and get an automatic 60-day furlough. So when I got back, both those bikes were corporates. And I went, boy, now I want you to know I was on top of everything then because they thought I'd done it. And that Lieutenant Wack done it. And she was a Cajun and a cute little gal. Anyway, when I got back, I was in better shape than ever.
Did you go see Ruth, your sweetie, when you were on furlough?
Who? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She trying to teach school and decided to be a nurse, you know. Well, see, I got home in about not too many months after that. And she'd been in nurse's training 15 months. And when I come home, she just quit. I'm afraid I could get someone else to hook me up or something.
What do you think about that?
Well,
Her quitting school.
I really didn't like it. And I wish she'd have stayed.
I think she wishes that too.
We needed the money.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was madly in love, you know.
She definitely wasn't gonna let me get away.
So when did you guys decide to get married?
Well, that was the funny part about it. She was ready anytime, see, and I talked her out of it. I wanted to be 21. See, I wasn't even 21 when I got out of the service. I was 20. And I put her off, I want to be 21, you know. And the week that I was 21, I got a card through the mail inviting me to my own wedding.
That is priceless.
Yes, sir.
Couldn't get out of that, huh?
No,
No more putting it off. How many days after your 21st birthday did you get that card?
5 or 6. Yeah, I got a card inviting him to my own wedding.
She was determined.
Well, I was 21 then, see.
Yeah, and she was 21.
Yeah.
Oh my. And now you're 90 years old.
Yes, sir. And in pretty good shape.
You really are. Yep.